Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DK back at you with another video here. Today on the 6-game NBA main slate here on Monday. A couple things before ending the video. We're closing in on 2.1 thousand subscribers now. Thank you guys all so much for all the support. On the live streams on YouTube, on Twitter. Sorry about not uploading a YouTube video today. I was a little bit under the weather. I feel a little bit better now, but I'm getting this video up for the 6-game slate for tomorrow. Also, if you're new to the channel, I'm doing a weekly giveaway where all you do is like and a comment in the video. It's monitoring the giveaway. Max one comment per video. It starts with my Monday night video that I uploaded at the beginning of the week. We'll go throughout the week, end with my Monday night showdown video that I'll actually upload right after this. So this video actually will count for next week's giveaway. And how it works is however many videos I've uploaded for the week, you can enter the giveaway that many times. So say if I have 10 videos uploaded for the week, you can enter the giveaway 10 times. And with that out of the way, and the winner sees $20 PayPal for myself. With that out of the way, let's jump in the video. So first, let's look back at my lineups from Sunday. So this was, this is my main lineup here with Trae Young, Dennis Schroeder. I talked about him. I like that price a lot, and he put up 45 fantasy points at low ownerships. He was pretty key. Giannis was my spend up. Taj Gibson a bit disappointing. If I knew Bazemore starting, before this game started, I probably would have plugged in Bazemore in that spot. But obviously, again, this game launched early, so I couldn't do that. And Embiid, also a little bit disappointing. He was super high owned, but just a little bit of letdown. The game did blow out a bit at the end. He didn't get that last shift. So not terrible, but definitely expected a little bit better from him. And then Norman Powell and Boucher's value guys with, those injuries for Toronto. And Nerlens Noel as, another value guy I talked about really liking. As far as this is my late slate lineup here with just the 2-game slate, we can go over it really quick. I want Trae Young, Van Fleet, Bazemore. Again, I plugged in Bazemore here. Anthony Davis, Whiteside. Whiteside, I knew he'd be a bit lower owned after he got ruled in, a little bit later. And then Powell, Boucher. I didn't want to play Marc Gasol, but there's no one else viable. I left $700 on the table, so I didn't feel great about it, but I had to kind of play him. And then this was the showdown lineup here. Just Boucher, LeBron, AD, Siakam, Van Fleet, Norman Powell. So we'll see how it goes. That's basically my lineups from Sunday. Let's see. Let's go to NBA, and let's talk about the 6-game slate. So, before we get into the prices, let's look at the over-unders and spreads. Again, 6 games, we only got them out for 3 right now. Dallas, Boston sitting at 217.5, with Boston favored by 3.5 points. The Rockets, Pelicans is at 242.5, with Houston favored by 4.5. So, yeah, you're going to want some pieces in this game for sure. Memphis, San Antonio is at 226.5, with the Spurs favored by 11. So, a little bit of blowout risk in that one. But as always, let's start with center today. And at the top is Towns at 10K. So, we still got T questionable, Napier questionable. We don't know if they're going to be able to go. Either way, Towns is, still going to play big minutes. He's going to play 35 or so minutes in a close game if he stays out of foul trouble. The concern is he's going up against Drummond. Also, Blake Griffin is back as well. So, there's a bit of foul trouble concern here with Towns. We know he does have big upside. In that game against Brooklyn and Charlotte, 73 and 82 fantasy points. But on a slate like this, I think he's viable, just probably not going to be the way that I go. I like studs in other matchups. So I'm not saying Towns is a bad play. If you feel really strongly about him, you can go there. It's just probably not going to be the way that I go. Kind of the same thing with Drummond. The price to go down on him with Blake Griffin back, but that's just... Yeah, that's definitely a hit to Drummond. Drummond's still going to play big minutes, but with Blake Griffin back in that lineup, that's just a hit to his usage. So I think he's priced about right. Towns, very bad defender, so it is a good matchup. But again, there is some foul trouble concern here with Drummond and Towns. They're both okay. It's just probably not going to be the way that I go on this 6-game slate. Now, Siakam at 8.7K. This is the second night of a back-to-back. This matchup against the Clippers, not terrible. Should be an up-tempo game. Again, no Kyle Lowry, no Serge Ibaka, so there is a lot of usage to go around. So we'll see how many minutes he plays tonight. But either way, the price point at 8.7K is very fair. So definitely something I'm considering there at 8.7. Gobert, it's a great matchup. I want to target bigs against Golden State, but he just doesn't really have the offensive game. At this price point, I think he's okay. It just, again, I think there's probably a better place. Now, Capella is interesting here at 7.3K. Because at the beginning of the season, he was playing 25 to 30 minutes a game. The last two games here against Golden State and Chicago, 36 and 42 minutes. Now, I don't know if he's going to continue to play those type of minutes, but it's trending up. And this matchup, a 242.5 over under, you're going to want some pieces in this game. So I'm a little torn on what to do with Capella. I don't think he's going to play 42 minutes tonight, but I also don't think he's going to play 20 minutes tonight. So if you're going to make me guess, I think he plays probably like 33 minutes, somewhere around there, maybe a little bit more. So again, it's a really good matchup here. I'm definitely considering Capella. I'm a little bit torn on him right now. Kristaps Porzingis. Normally, I'm not huge on targeting players against Boston. It's just a price thing with him. 7.2 that's just too underpriced for Kristaps Porzingis. So I know, not necessarily the best matchup against Boston, but man, this salary is very appealing. So definitely considering Kristaps as well, kind of in the mid-range. Draymond, looks like he's going to be back for this one. At 6.6K, it is a tougher matchup. I think personally, I would rather, in tougher matchups, or, they're basically kind of in the same spot here. Draymond in a tough matchup, Kristaps in a tough matchup. I think I like the upside a bit more on Kristaps, so don't mind Draymond. Again, I think I would just prefer Kristaps there at a similar price. Montrez is fine here against Toronto, 6.4K. Aldridge, man, they're really tempting me here at this price, 6.3K for Aldridge. So he's been very up and down. 2 games ago, 57 fantasy points. That last game, he put up a dud, 10 fantasy points. Normally, Aldridge is like a pretty consistent guy. I think he plays, low to mid 30s minutes in a close game. Memphis, they do run big. They got Jonas Valanciunas, Jaren Jackson Jr. So, I think Aldridge, again, probably plays low to mid 30s minutes. At 6.3K, that's a very tempting price point. So, another guy that I'm definitely considering. Jonas Valanciunas, you got to have short-term memory. He burned me the other night in the game against Dallas. Got into some foul trouble, and then the game blew out. He only played 23 minutes. I don't think he picked up a stat in the second half. It was crazy because, what was that, Saturday slate? I had, JV and Levine. They were both off to decent starts in the first half. Like, JV had, 20 in the first half. Levine had, 20. And I don't think either of them recorded a stat in the second half. Well, Levine, I think, maybe did a little bit in garbage time, but yeah, that was kind of crazy. But short-term memory, again, you had to have it. 5.9K. I think he's fairly priced with a little bit of upside, so don't mind JV. Again, no Ibaka. There's definitely some minutes and usage to go around. I think Marc Gasol is just okay. I just don't see huge upside out of him. Probably going to play 30 or so minutes, but I think I would just prefer either, getting to guys like Siakam and Van Fleet or going cheap with Powell and Chris Boucher. Jaren Jackson Jr., I like the price on him. That last slate was 4.7. Now he's at 5.3. It's a bigger slate, and, I just don't know if I want to take a shot at him. It's just the foul trouble risk, the price is up a bit. I still think he's a little underpriced, but I don't know if I want to deal with the headache of him in foul trouble when, I think there's just better spots. So probably not going to be the way that I go. Powell and Kleber with Kristaps back are not for me. Tice is, priced about right. We don't know what the situation with Canner is. He could be back for this one. Zubac's priced up. I don't want to go there. Brandon Clark, I think he was out for Saturday. Yes, we don't know if he's going to be actually out for tonight. Or tomorrow, I should say. Now, Derek Favors is entering here, 4.7K. So he started that last game, played 29 minutes. The Pelicans had been running a 4-man big rotation with Favors, Jackson Hayes, Jahlil Okafor, and Melli. All 4 kind of splitting the minutes. In that last game, Okafor didn't even see the rotation. They played a bit of Jackson Hayes, and I think Melli saw 5 minutes. So I'm a little undecided here, too. If I knew Favors was going to play 30 minutes, I would really like him as a value play. But we don't know that. I think, maybe low to mid-20s is what we can expect. But if he hits that upper threshold of minutes, close to 30, I would really like him. So, yeah, a little torn here on Favors as well. Robert Williams, don't know if I want to go there in this slate. Willie Cauley-Stein or Draymond back, probably not for me. Same with Boban with Kristaps back. Spellman, we don't have to go there with Draymond back. Boucher, I still really like his value play. I want to see what his minutes are like tonight. He just checked in. They said he's going to play the Ibaka role. So my best guess is that's low to mid-20s minutes. And again, I want to see what the minutes are like tonight. But if they're solid, if he gets low to mid-20s minutes, then I really like it. He's probably one of my favorite value plays tonight. So yeah, I want to see what the minutes are like tonight, but I assume he's going to kind of play that Ibaka role. And that's really it, I think. So let's move on to power forward here. Now, Kawhi at the top at 9.4K is just too cheap right now. I know it's, not the greatest matchup. It's not really the worst matchup either here. Toronto has been playing at a faster pace. Still no Paul George. He's going to be out for this one. So, 9.4K, that's just criminally underpriced for Kawhi Leonard. You got to feel like he's a very, very safe target here for cash games. You can even play him in GPP, so he's just underpriced. Let's see, what else here? Now, Brandon Ingram, we still got no Lonzo Ball, so him and Drew Holiday are going to be the main catalyst in this offense. And I like both a lot here on the slate. 242.5 over under. Both teams play no defense. There's going to be a lot of points scored in this one. Ingram, I know he's priced up right now, but he's just playing great basketball. Him, Drew Holiday, I have a lot of interest here on the New Orleans side. So I do like him a good amount there in the mid-range. Now we get to the Boston news. So Gordon Hayward broke his hand. He's going to be out for probably a couple months. We'll see. But there's some serious minutes and usage to go around for this Boston team. So Gordon Hayward's a guy that was playing mid-30s minutes every game. Those minutes have to go somewhere. Now Tatum maybe plays a few extra minutes. I mean, he was already playing big minutes no matter what. 7.5K, I still think there's some upside in that price. And then, Jason Brown's, we'll talk about him or Jaylen Brown, we'll talk about him in a sec. But yeah, Tatum, 7.5K if you want to go there, you definitely can. Now, my issue is, like, Tatum and Ingram are similarly priced. Now, I know, there's usage around there with no Gordon Hayward, but I just like Brandon Ingram. I like the matchup better. So I would personally go Ingram over Tatum, but if you feel strongly about Tatum, you can definitely go there. Now, Blake Griffin, again, he's going to be back for this one. We haven't heard anything of a minutes limit. My best guess is they're going to limit him back, right? But if for some chance that they don't limit him, then he's going to be one of the better plays in the slate at 7.2K. Because normally, last season, he's the guy that played like 35 or so minutes. Again, my best guess is they're going to limit him. So if they limit him, not interested. But if there's no limit, then I would really like him there at 7.2K. Let's see. Bojan Bogdanovic, if you want to continue to ride that hot streak, you can. He's just too scoring dependent for me. Look, he put up 40 fantasy points, 33 real life points, only 5 boards. Like, if his shot's not falling, he can definitely hurt you. He doesn't do a whole lot of peripherals. Now, it is a really good matchup. So if you're a guy that likes riding the hot streak, you can. It's just not going to be the way that I go on the slate. Let's see. OG, him and Marc Gasol, I'm like okay about. It's just, again, I kind of like either spending up for Siakam and Van Fleet on the Toronto side or going cheap with Powell and Boucher. But I do want to see what the minutes look like in Sunday's game. Let's see. Other options. PJ Tucker, again, it is a really good matchup here. He's just a lower usage guy. He's going to play big minutes. 5.2K. I think he's okay. I just don't think he has huge upside. Let's see. Markieff Morris is I'm not considering him with Blake back. Rudy Gay, don't think we have to go there. Same with Kyle Anderson. Joe Ingles, I'll probably pass. Now, Kenneth Williams is interesting here, 4.3K. So their starting lineup last game with Lonzo out, they moved Drew to the point, JJ to the 2, Brandon Ingram to the 3, and Kenrich to the 4. If he starts again, then I think he's a very solid value play because he played 28 minutes in that last game. I don't know if we can expect that again, but if he gets, 20 to 25, it's an up-tempo game, I think he's a pretty solid value play. So, we'll see. My best guess is they stick with that starting lineup. And again, it's a great matchup. You're going to want some pieces in this game for sure. Let's see. Other options. Trey Van Graham, I don't know if I want to go there. If Teague and Shabazz miss once again, I think I would consider maybe a guy like Josh Okogie, but he is priced up as well. So, I think that's it, though, for power forward. That looks about it. So let's move on to small forward here. Again, Kawhi, he seems really safe. He's way too underpriced there at 9.4K. Really like Ingram as well. Now, Wiggins, if you want to continue to ride that hot streak, go ahead. It's just not for me. Normally, he's just a guy that doesn't get peripheral stats. He's been good so far. Like last 3 games. The last 4 games, 25, 30, 40, 25 real-life points. So again, if you want to continue that hot streak, you definitely can. It's just never a guy I play for DFS purposes. The only really time I will go to a guy like Wiggins is if like Towns is out or other guys like that. That's when I would consider him. But yeah, it's just not for me. Me personally, I would prefer playing Brandon Ingram over him for an extra 100. DeRozan is okay at 7K. I don't know if I want to go there in this slate. Now, Jaylen Brown is very interesting here at 6.3K. So we got no Gordon Hayward, so there's going to be minutes to go around. I think, again, a few go to Jason Tatum. I think a little bit go to Jaylen Brown. Maybe Jaylen Brown now plays mid-30s to high 30s minutes. And at 6.3K, I do like this price. Again, there's going to be more minutes to go to like a guy like Marcus Smart as well, but he's very, very fair in the mid-range with a bit of upside. It's a good match against Dallas. They played a fast pace, so I do like Jaylen Brown a good amount here at 6.3K. Let's see. Other options. Bruce Brown Jr., Derrick Rose is questionable. I think Frazier is probable, I want to say. But either way, those guys, most likely back. I don't want to go with Bruce Brown there. Josh Hart, I think I would consider him if he starts. He's always a guy that, if he's playing well, Alvin Gentry will leave him in there. So I think it's only a GPP play if he's coming off the bench. If he starts, I would have some interest here at 5.1K because, again, you do want some pieces in that game for sure. Let's see, other options. So Koji's at 4.7. So, if Teague and Shabazz both miss once again, I'd consider a Koji, maybe Jared Culver, but I still think there's probably better value plays on the board. Now Norman Powell here at 4.2K. He started, again, I assume they're going to stick with that starting lineup. He's going to start at the 2. He's a guy that is kind of scoring dependent, but I think he plays low to mid 30s minutes. Again, I want to see what the minutes look like this game tonight, but I think Powell is very, very viable here in the cheap range at 4.2K. The concern is he is scoring dependent. What else? I think that's it for small forward. So let's move on to shooting guard. Harden at the top here against the Pelicans. Man, I know the price is up on him at 11.5K, but you can't get a better matchup than this. He just has huge upside. It's whether or not you can feel comfortable with some other value plays. And we'll talk about Westbrook in a sec, who is very underpriced as well. So you could play both Westbrook and Harden, or you could take the savings in a guy like Westbrook. It's tough. Like Westbrook is at 8.8K, I want to say, I believe. So you could save like 3K and go to a guy like Westbrook. Now, obviously, Harden has more upside, but both very much viable. Again, it's just you want some pieces in this game. So if you feel comfortable with enough value plays, you can definitely get Harden there. The upside is just enormous on him. Now, Doncic at 10.4K, I love playing him, but this is probably the slate where I hop off. It's a tougher matchup against Boston. I know he's filling up the stat sheet, but they do have Kristaps back. And again, tougher matchup. So what am I going to play Luka Doncic at 10.4K when I can pay an extra $1,000 for Harden against the Pelicans? Or save like $2,000 or like $1,500 for a guy like Westbrook? Yeah, I don't think so. Now, D'Angelo Russell, I'm a little bit torn here. It's a tough matchup, but he's the do-it-all guy for Golden State right now. They're probably going to have Draymond back, which does help a bit. But still, D'Angelo Russell in a close game, he's going to play 35 minutes. It's a really tough matchup. I'm torn. I really am. Like, if I fade him, I'm going to be really scared about it because, again, he's just going to be the do-it-all guy. So this is another situation where I'm a bit torn on what to do with D'Angelo Russell. It's like Drew Holiday, I really like here at 7.4K. So with Lonzo out, he started at point guard. And with Drew starting at point guard, his upside is way higher. So he started at point guard and got 11 assists, a double-double. So the assists are going to go up for him when he starts at point guard. And Westbrook or Harden defense, like, yeah, Drew is in a great spot. 7.4K is underpriced. So I do really like Drew here. I think he actually goes a bit lower owned. I don't think a lot of people will go to him on this slate because he hasn't really been great this year. But again, he's running the point guard, so the upside's a lot higher, and it's just this game, like 242.5. So yeah, I do like Drew Holiday a good amount. Same thing with Donovan Mitchell. He's underpriced here, and this is, again, one of the better matchups here against Golden State. So he's normally, like the Utah guys, I'm not super high on, but there are, Donovan Mitchell, and then we'll talk about Conley here too at 6.2K in a bit, but both those guys are underpriced in a great matchup. Now, Donovan Mitchell, in my opinion, has the most upside in this Utah team. Like, he's a guy that I know can get me 50 fantasy points in a good day. And this is a great matchup here against Golden State. So 7.3K, I think he's underpriced. So I do like Donovan Mitchell a good amount too there at 7.3. If you're going to make me pick between Drew and Donovan Mitchell, that's really close. Like, both are in great spots. Both are underpriced. That's almost a coin flip there. Lou Williams is viable. He's had back-to-back good games. If you want to continue to ride the hot streak, you can. But me personally, I would much prefer Drew. I would much prefer Donovan Mitchell there. Let's see. Fred VanVleet. So, he's going to be starting at the point guard now with Lowry out for a bit. And I want to see what the minutes look like. I assume he's still going to play big minutes. And, 6.9K. Very much considering him here in the mid-range. Yeah, and I already talked about liking Jaylen Brown as well. Kennard with those Detroit guys back, or most likely back, probably not for me. Again, Derrick Rose practice. I think he's going to be good to go for this one, but we'll see. If he plays, probably not for me as well at 5.8K. It is a revenge game for him, but coming off the injury, maybe they limit him a bit. I don't think I would want to go there. Marcus Smart, very viable as well as a mid-tier play. He's going to get more minutes. I would say most likely he's going to start and probably play low to mid-30s minutes. So he's very, very viable here at 5.4K. Let's see. Alec Burks is interesting as well. They've been starting him. In that last game, he played 37 minutes, put up 38 fantasy points. So he's like kind of the number 2 in the offense with D'Angelo Russell. Again, I do expect Draymond to be back as well. So, Burks at 5.2K I'm a little undecided in him as well. Like, it's a tough matchup, but if he starts, I assume he plays big minutes. So, and he's been playing really well. So another guy that, again, a little undecided here. Pat Beverly, I don't know if I want to go there in this slate. Same with Dylan Brooks. Culver, like him and Okogie are okay if, Teague and Shabazz miss. I just think there's probably better value plays on the board. JJ Redick, if you want to go back to Wilder, you can. He's just too scoring dependent for me. 22 points, 5 boards, that's basically it. He did pick up a couple peripherals. That's not normally his thing. Don't think we can expect that again. It is a really good matchup, so I probably think he starts and plays 25 to 30 minutes. If he's knocking down his shots, he can definitely get you there, but he's just too scoring dependent for my liking. Let's see. Other options, again, Powell. Also, it's kind of scoring dependent, but it is a bit cheaper than JJ. Eric Gordon, I think Daniel Houseless is questionable, so if he misses, you could look to a guy like Eric Gordon there at 3.9K. Would assume that he would pick up the start, so that will be something we have to monitor. If he does start, I think Eric Gordon is a guy that would play like low to mid 30s minutes. Another guy that's very, very scoring dependent, but a 3.9K in a great matchup. Doesn't necessarily need a whole lot to get you there. It is a revenge game too as well. Shabazz, again, they have him listed as out, but that was from the game from Sunday, so we'll see with him and Teague. Either way, I don't think it would be super, super high on guys like Culver and Koji. But I think that's basically it, guys. So, again, brief overview of the slate. I do want to get a lot of pieces to this, Houston-New Orleans game. That's definitely my favorite game stackable game. Kawhi's underpriced. A couple of those Utah guys are underpriced. I think I skipped over Conley. I did want to talk about him real quick. 6.2K. Not a guy that is huge upside, but it's just the matchup here. If you're going to make me pick a Utah guy, though, I would lean towards Donovan Mitchell because I do think the upside is a bit higher. But yeah, I think that's about it. So it is very important to follow me on Twitter, guys. That will be in the description below. I will give my thoughts as we get more injury news throughout the day. Unfortunately, today through Thursday, I will not be able to live stream. I have to stay late at work this week, so that is a downside. I'll probably live stream Friday though. But either way, Monday through Thursday, I'll probably be tweeting out, my player pool. You guys liked when I did that. What was that, Friday or Saturday? So I'll do that again from Monday through Thursday, just because I won't be able to live stream. But yeah, that's it. So thanks again for coming to check out the video, guys. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys later.